What's up, guys? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. Today I have for you the Balvenie 21-year-old Portwood. This one is non-chill filtered. The backstory of this bottle, I actually picked it up in a trade. I traded in a few Canadian whiskeys for this particular Scotch. This one is bottled at 47.6%. I'll let you have a look at it just for the doubters, because there is an identical looking bottle to this that's bottled at 40%. That's a newer Balvenie Portwood, 21-year-old as well. This one was available, I believe, only in duty free. So I have my suspicions as to why they lowered the percentage of alcohol on this particular one. We'll talk about that shortly. The one that's available in Ontario right now pretty much looks exactly the same. Like I said, it's bottled at 40%. That one's going for $350 Canadian right now. I believe it's about $200 American. Because of the rate, as well as the fact that for whatever reason, Scotch tends to be a bit lower in the United States than in Canada. So, 200 American, about 350 Canadian. This particular one probably would go for more at an auction because it's an older version of the Balvenie 21-year-old. It's an older bottling. Scotch is highly collectible. Something bottled in 1997 would be way more expensive, even if it's, for example, a Glenlivet 18-year-old. It's produced regularly, but the 18-year-old bottled this year and the 18-year-old bottled 5 years ago, there's a drastic difference in price, especially in the United States. In Canada, not so much, because the Ontario Liquor Board doesn't really appease that collectible market, so they don't have private sellers that are jacking up the prices of older Scotch. So you can actually get older Scotches for a better price in the LCBO, which is a rare thing, because as far as most Scotch goes, we don't really get great deals. Anyway, back to the Balvenie here. Overall, I believe it was a good trade. The guy I trade with on a regular basis, he's actually a really good guy. Would I buy this bottle again? Definitely not. It doesn't fit my flavor profile. There's a lot of weird things going on in this glass, which I'm actually going to talk to you guys about right now. So let's start with the nose. On the nose, it's kind of deceiving. It starts off sweet. You have a very strong grape scent, like a green grapes, like sour grapes. There's also a green vine smell that you'll get when you're in a wine vineyard. When you're in a grape vineyard and you're close to the plants, you can actually smell like this green chlorophyll type smell. That's what you're getting from the nose on this. Okay. On the palate, super peppery. It's sweet. You get some honey. You get a briny note, like a salty, saltwater taste. This one needs some water. Okay, I've tried both with and without, and it definitely can use, and it definitely benefits from quite a bit of water. So I'm going to add some right now. Again, it's 47.6%. So add a few drops of water to this. You'll definitely see that it opens it up. The nose gives like a grappa type smell. Something I'm familiar with, because I do drink quite a bit of grappa as well. You get that smell of grapes and, like I said earlier, vines, and like a lot of like plant type smells. It's very floral, very strong on that green sour grape type smell. That's probably coming from the port casks. It's aged for a brief period in port casks. Port is a very sweet wine. I'm not sure why I'm getting a sour note out of this. Probably because it wasn't aged long enough in the port. That's my opinion. Of course, I'm not an expert, but it does have a sour smell to it. It does have a briny taste to it. Let me try it again with the water. So with the water, the texture becomes more syrupy, more creamy. It's a bit sweeter and a lot less pepper. You get a lot less pepper on the tongue. I found I had a glass of this straight a few nights ago, and then I had a glass of this with some water probably last night. And I found the first time I had it without the water, it almost gave my tongue a numbing sensation. 47.6% I feel is too high. You need to add some water to anything above 45%. Even at 45%, you're risking numbing your tongue, okay? So add some water, definitely will benefit from this. Do I recommend this? I'm going to say that overall, I recommend you, if you go to an expensive bar, that type of thing, like a nice restaurant, and they have this on the menu, order a shot, give it a try. To buy a bottle of this for $350 plus or $200 plus American, I wouldn't do it again. I won't even risk trying the one at 40%, which I actually probably would think would benefit from being only 40%, because of the pepperiness of this without the water. So no, I would not buy this again. I'd try the other one first before I decided to buy the newer version of this. Overall, it's still pretty good. It still has some sweetness. It has quite a bit of character. It has different elements that I don't normally pick up in a Scotch, which is kind of cool to see. So I'm going to give this a B-. Okay? If you like this video, please subscribe. Also, I'm on Twitter and Instagram. Instagram is @whiskey_in_the6, and on Twitter I'm @whiskey_in_the_6. Cheers, guys.